Well, it happened again. I messed up on a cake, and in this video, I want to tell you about it. Hey guys, it's Carolyn. So I just want to talk about what happened last week. And if you've been watching my channel, you may know I've been making cakes for over 20 years, and still to this day, not everything goes right. And I like to be open and honest with you. So I just want to share with you my story. So I got a request for a 3D rose cake, and here is the picture that the customer sent me. And I've never seen anything like this before, so I went on YouTube and I found this video, and it's a wonderful video. I'm going to link it in the description. And I followed the video ish and made this cake. Unfortunately, my cake did not look like the picture that she sent me. And this is what I made. And I'm so embarrassed about it, but whatever. It is what it is. I just wanted to tell you what I did about it and what I learned from it and give you a little bit of advice. So to start, she wanted this cake to feed 25 people. So I ended up making it a little too tall. If you watch the video, the cake that she has is really short. It's kind of bulbous. Bulbous, is that the right word? and it tapers at the top. There's a very specific shape to it. And I had a similar shape, but mine was like really tall. And I remember, you always want to listen to that voice in your head, because the little voice in my head said, hey, this cake is a little tall. And I ignored it. I was like, nah, shut up, Carolyn. And I continued with the cake and then ended up making it look like this. But anyway, since this cake was so tall, the amount of fondant that would have been required to get it to look like the picture she sent, probably like 3 batches of fondant. It would have been super heavy. It just would not have worked out. So unfortunately, as I was piecing it together and putting the petals on, you see how the petals look coming up from the bottom of the cake? That's not what rose petals look like. Rose petals are gonna come all the way up from the bottom and come to the very top of the cake. And not to mention, this rarely happens to me, but my fondant was so soft because the amount of red coloring that had to be added to the fondant, it really softened the fondant. I added tons of Tylose. It still didn't stiffen up. So the whole thing was just a big mess. So what do you do in a situation like this? So looking at the cake, is it great? No. Is it the worst thing ever? No. But you never know how your customer is going to react to something like this. So I like to address the situation immediately. So I just want to give you a list of 5 things to do if you find yourself in this situation. So number 1, I had open communication with my customer. So once I took the picture and I sent the picture over, I actually called her. So when I was talking to her, the picture came through on the phone, and I said, look, I want to be honest with you. I messed up a little bit on this cake. It is totally my fault. I built it a little too tall. My fondant ended up being really soft, and it looks a little weird. It doesn't look like a normal rose would. And she was so sweet. She just said, oh, it still looks like a rose. I can see what you mean, but it really isn't that bad. And thank God for customers like this, because you never know. It could go the other way, where they tell you you've ruined their entire life and now they're going to be confined to a bed for the rest of their life and never going to be able to walk again because you ruined their entire day. Okay, I'm being a little extreme, but you know how people can be. Which brings me to number 2, and that is to be accountable for your actions. Now, that is one of my biggest pet peeves about people nowadays. Nobody wants to take responsibility for any of their actions or anything that they do. If they show up late, they want to say, oh, there was traffic. Oh, I couldn't get my car started. Instead of saying, you know what, really dropped the ball on this one. I'm really sorry about that. Next time I'm going to try to leave a little bit earlier so I can avoid this. Done. Argument over. But nobody wants to be accountable. But anyway. So you can take accountability for what happened and move on to number 3, which is to find a solution to the problem. If they really don't like the cake and it is a really big issue, maybe you could disassemble it or redo whatever you can. I have done that in the past. I've made things the wrong color. I put the wrong name on it. I've done a lot of things in my past over 20 years of cake decorating. And you just want to find a solution. Do you want to discount the cake? Do you want to refund the cake? Do you want to offer free cupcakes, free delivery, whatever it would be? But try to come up with a solution to the problem. And my solution to this issue was to give a partial refund. Now, I did charge $320 for the cake, and I did give her a $125 refund, and she was very happy with that. Which brings me to point number 4, which is to learn something from this situation. And I will tell you, I have learned the most in cake decorating from all of the mistakes that I've made than any of my successes. Every time a cake went wrong, I said, well, I'm not going to do that next time. I'm not going to do this next time, you know, and make sure that you put processes in place so you don't make the same mistake again. So now I know next time if I'm asked to do a 3D rose, I'm going to make sure that the cake is shorter. I'm going to carve it a little better. I'm going to make sure my fondant is the right consistency, and so on and so forth. And tip number 5, probably the most important tip of it all, is to move on. Yes, I was a little upset about it, but I only took like the rest of the day to be upset about it, and I moved on. I don't want to ruminate. Is ruminate the right word? Why am I so unsure about all my vocabulary? But anyway, I didn't want to dwell on what happened for the rest of the week and think I'm the worst cake decorator ever, because it's just going to bring you down. So be able to learn from it and let go and move on. So there you go. I hope this helped you guys out. Just know that I'm over 20 years in this business and I am still not perfect at everything that I do. Mistakes happen, but I just know that I have to be accountable, contact my customer, let them know what's going on, learn from it, and move on. So if you guys have any questions or comments about this, leave it below. Just a reminder, I have ebooks with all of my favorite recipes. I'm going to link all of those in the description, and I do have PDFs with my favorite numbers and my favorite fonts, and they will be linked down there as well. And I do have a Cake Academy membership program where I can help you elevate your cakes to the next level. All of that information is down below. Please like this video if you liked it, and if you're enjoying my tutorials, I'd be so grateful if you could buy me a coffee. My link is down below. And I would love it if you would keep in touch on socials, and you can check out my website. And if you want to stick around, you can watch this video next. And hit subscribe and the bell if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. And remember, it's cake. Sometimes it doesn't go right, but still have fun. I will see you on the next one. Bye.